Just a quick introduction. I've driven over to the Quantock Hills and I'm up at Triscombe Stone. An important feature is the track running along the ridge known as Drove Road. It's also on a hare path, a Saxon army route recorded in the 14th century as Alpha Road. In the year 878, King Alfred may well have been familiar with the route during his stay at nearby Athelney on the Somerset Levels. Standing a mere 2.5 feet high, the nearby Bronze Age monolith called Triscombe Stone indicates that the Drove Road also had a prehistoric role. The stone is protected as a scheduled ancient monument. We're going to be heading for the Wills Neck in a minute, standing at 1,261 feet. Is a prehistoric ceremonial landscape with numerous burial grounds. In the 7th century, Wills Neck of the Britons was one of the last parts of Somerset to hold out against the invading Saxon king Einar. I've done all this before, don't forget. Anyway, turning off for now. They've got past some workmen. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing, but I'm going up towards Wills Neck. I left my hat at home, so I do hope it's going to warm up. I've got a hood on my coat, but I left my hat behind. Stupid me, and I didn't have a spare one in the car. Okay, over now. Climbing up towards Wills Neck, which is a trig point. One of the last big Saxon army battles took place here. Now see those pine trees there? Well, I think they look like a crown. The further away you go, they stick out. They're a good reference point when you're wandering about. Now, last year I did a walk through those, passing by that crown, and I was making my way to a place called Aisholt. And it was quite a big walk, and you needed to have a whole day. It was and I was doing it by using bus and train. I got out really early, and it was a massive walk I did. Tell the truth, it was a really big walk because I'd gone all the way, and then I was still going to make my way to Crocombe, I think, on that particular walk, to pick up the bus from Crocombe, because it's a safe place to pick up a bus. Yeah, that's right. So anyway, I'm climbing up the hill of the trig point called Wills Neck. Like I say, back in time, there's one of the last big battles of the Quantocks. Saxon battles took place here. And this is ceremonial burial grounds all around here, by the way, as said on the plaque that I read out earlier on the first video. So I'm doing my hill that's good for your rib cage, to get your stale air out of your lungs. It certainly does that. And I'm doing what's called Roman steps, which is head down and short steps. Keep your head down and just do short steps going up a hill. When I was doing the coastal path in 2020, I met these 3 German women, built like Trojans they were. Anyway, they showed me a good idea to do going uphill, and you don't rush it, you still get up there on a good timing. And it's head down, and what they did, they walked one behind each other, right, in a row. You didn't see them talking when they were doing a hill. Head down, short steps. Now, there is another one I use. It's called Chinese steps. I can't remember when I use them at the moment. That could be going downhill. Anyway, Triscombe Stone down there. Further over, you've got Crocombe. I had thought of going to Crocombe, but I thought, no, Crocombe's within easy reach for me of Holford. So is Triscombe Stone, but I wanted to do this bit here today, which is Wills Neck and West Bagborough. I was debating whether to go across from Wills Neck and join the Greenway and end up at West Bagborough Church, but that would mean I would have to do what's called Stout Hill. But I thought no, because I wanted to investigate more of this side, so I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to go up towards Lydiard Hill and do a bit of recceing. So we're facing the sun, we're doing Roman steps, and we're going up towards the trig point. So I'll come on again when I get to the trig point with magnificent views, everyone. Over and out. Turn it off a minute, I might have had it on the wrong setting. It's a lovely sunny day, the 4th of March 2025. Yesterday I took my daughter, my eldest child, out for birthday breakfast for her. It was lovely. We had a nice day together. A quiet one, not like the olden days when we used to go on pub crawls. We used to do every pub in Burnham. Those are the days. Somebody coming. Just about got in on the trig point before somebody comes. Pure luck that was, girl. Right then, that was lucky. I managed to get a lot of shots in, because everyone heads for this, you see. Do they? Yeah. It's not my strap, is it? Oh no, it's not mine. There's a route up from over there, but there's one much further down I want to try out after I've been up here. So I won't be leaving it on for long because I've got the sun right in front of me. Can't see any horses today either. Just get the trig point in view before somebody comes. There. There's like a haze. But they might be coming this way. I might have to let them pass. I'm turning off for a minute. 3 lovely ponies. I've taken a few photos of them. Pity I didn't have the Kodak, because I could have zoomed in. Next to them is a burial mound. Ceremonial burial mound. And just up there is the trig point where I was earlier. I haven't come very far. I'm just keeping I'm not doing a recce today for different paths. Here's one I can go and back towards the stone that way, which is what I'm going to do. I'm not going, if I come back this way later, I'm not going to the stone, I'm going to go down here. Or if there's a track further up that comes down through there, I'm going to do that. There's the crown, it's spread out a bit now, and it does look like a hill fort, doesn't it? It does look like a hill fort. And right in the distance, right over there, is all very close to Holford and all over that way. All that over there is down there is the village of Aisholt, which I've been to twice. I went last year to the church, where I purchased another book of poems. The first time I purchased it was about 6 or 7 months before my sister died. I purchased her that book of poems from the beautiful little Norman church, which was frequented by Coleridge mainly, who spent some time talking with the local vicar in that little tiny hamlet. And I did a walk all the way down, right the way down, till I picked up a track, and then I got into the village, and I came all the way back, a very muddy track, which I wouldn't do this time of year, because if it was muddy in the summer, just imagine what it would be like now. It'd be like a river, I expect. Anyway, there's the 3 horses. I've seen them, you know. I've been up here so early before now. I've seen them still lying down from the night. Still lying down from the night time. That's how early I used to get up here. I used to get up very, very early, train and bus. The path I'm on now is one of the main marching routes used by the Saxon armies. And of course, like I said, this area was a battleground apparently. It was a battleground, a Saxon battlefield. Against some chief called Einar. I'm going to look it all up again. I have looked it up before, and it will be on other videos that I've done. Much better videos, by the way, but a different time. Different events going on in the world. Lots has gone on since I last recorded here. For example, last time I was here, which was a year ago, I walked here, so President Biden was in. Now, America, it's President Trump and Elon Musk and another sort of vice president called Vance leading the show over in America. Trump's got more of a quieter, shadowy role, but he is doing significant changes to the economy. Now, what has happened now, today, in fact, within the last 12 hours, President Trump has withdrawn all support, military support for Ukraine. Even those bombs that are in transit on boats are being told to turn back. It's quite a nasty move because they set poor little Zelensky up when he had a meeting at the White House a couple of days ago. They ripped him apart. It was absolutely awful, and the whole world thinks so. But when he came back to England to meet our Prime Minister, and he had given a special audience with the King to boost his morale again, because the Ukraine are really the front line between us and Russia. All Trump was interested in was the minerals deal. He don't care about people. It's obvious. Anyway, that's what's been going on, folks. I just thought I'd inform you. We've got to spend more on defence, the whole of Europe now, because America are withdrawing funding even for us in NATO and all that. Basically, what's happening, all our leaders have got together and they've got to somehow get the money for more defence. Unfortunately, it's a shame it's got to go that route, isn't it? More war and violence and horribleness. Anyway, things will suffer. Charities will suffer that usually get funding. Even charities that are helping the people of Gaza are also having funding drastically reduced. And that's people that have been bombed out of nearly existence by Israel. That's still a horrific thing that's going on out there. Absolutely horrific what's going out in Palestine. They're now tearing into the West Bank. Do you know what they're doing? They've got these big bulldozers. They used them in Gaza. And, right, this is the West Bank, which is also... Palestine was split. I mean, if you look at old maps, it was much larger. But after 1948, they created a place called Israel. And they just gave them land that belonged to the Palestinians. And they keep on snatching. And they're going around with these big bulldozers and literally digging up every road in the West Bank. So that nobody can get about. No one can get to work on cars or deliveries with lorries. It's absolutely horrendous what the Israel people are doing. The government. Anyway, I'm going to stop there because there's a beautiful horse I want to take a picture of. Hello, everyone.